Let's see if this twist on Elemental Mage can erupt its way to the top of Standard Hearthstone. Essentially, the game plan of this deck is we are going to be using Mes'Adune with a very low elemental count, only having 5 in the deck, where we're hopefully either hitting Incindius or Saruun, and then hopefully after hitting either of these cards off of the Mes'Adune, we'll use a Overflow Surger in order to make use of all of the fire spell damage that we get off of Saruun, while also using cards like Synchronize or cards that will generate a Synchronize in order to make sure this chain keeps going. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the deck, the first card you're going to be looking for is any of the coin generating cards, such as Greedy Partner. Then you're going to be looking for Synchronize for a turn 1 play, or Flame Geyser. Any other card that will generate you other cards, such as Glyph or Great to Keep, or early game removal tools such as Metal Detector. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Warrior. Let's see what they have in store for us. I mean, this isn't a bad hand, but it isn't not good of a hand either. It is a slower matchup, so we could actually afford to keep the Tide Pulse. Let's actually just keep that. All right, let's see what we can grab here. Oh, Shock Harper could be really, really good. Well, I guess we can walk all over them if it goes late enough into the game. Okay, there's Traveler. So I'm assuming this is there's 2 variants it could be. It could be Highlander, and it could also be Dummy. I'm just going to keep the Elemental chain going, I think. Because we can get the coin here, slam down another Elemental, see what we randomly get. Oh, that's actually... it's decent because we can curve it out pretty well. Okay, there's Boom Wrench. So I'm assuming this is probably Dummy at this point, just because I couldn't see you... Well, I guess in a Highlander list you could be running Boom Wrench, but I don't know what, like, other Death Rattle mech you would be running. Okay, so it isn't Highlander. That's good to know. Alright. Let's slam down Mes'Adune. Hopefully it's a 50... Oh, thank you. It actually was a 66% chance of either getting Insidious or Saruun there. This is actually a deck for Mage that I've been thinking about doing for a long time. I don't know. I'm just looking for like fun little goofy little decks to use in between now and whenever the mini set gets announced. It is also worth mentioning we may or may not slow down the upload rate in the next week just for like 1 week, so maybe I can like relax a bit while I'm recovering, while also like not putting too much focus on maybe doing some background stuff that I was meaning to start when the new year happened, and then everything with my own health started. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, Insidious is funny. Wait, is there a way for them to destroy the Insidious? Part of me, we could Tide Pool and then use the 3-drop, I guess, to keep the chain going. Okay. How do we want to do this? Heat Wave isn't bad, but I think we're just going to draw 3. Hopefully we draw... Oh, there's the Surger. That's a double Surge. Okay. We're actually not in the worst position. So basically we need to get 1 more fire spell and then we win the game, right? It doesn't matter, like... Oh no, Ziliax! What will we ever do? Oh, actually we're really close to losing here. Alright, top deck, please. I don't know exactly what we need, but that's not the top deck we need. Okay, so this is math plus 12 damage. Okay, they're down to 14. Heat Wave, exactly what we need. Let's blast them straight out of this game. Bye-bye. Okay, time for a game against Priest. Let's see what they have in store for us. This is, again, a slower matchup, so we could probably get away with keeping more of these cards, but I will also say, like, Molten Rune is one of those cards that, in theory, is really good, but we might actually want to run something that isn't Molten Rune as a 3-mana spell, and I don't know what it would be. Rising Tides, maybe for additional AoE, wouldn't be bad. It is worth mentioning, I think in the first game that you'll see in this video, we were using Rising Tides over Heatwave, but I ended up going with Heatwave just because if you top deck it when you got fire damage online on board, then you're in a better position, but it also doesn't destroy your board, which is nice. Oh, I guess we could run like Solar Flame as like our AoE that does some direct damage, because if we use that in combination with the Lava Gorgers, we'll always have like a free spell. I don't know. Some experimenting for y'all to test out instead of me, I guess. Okay. We're gonna use the Geyser. We're gonna get the Flame Elemental, and we're going to grab Counterspell. See what we can get here. I guess Chalice isn't bad. It would be cool if you could actually just use... Well, I get why you can't just use Chalice. I think there would probably be some balancing issues in Wild if you just allowed a discounted spell really easily. Though, to be fair, it doesn't go face anymore, so maybe it wouldn't be as big of a problem. I'm assuming this is going to be Highlander. Alright. We can see what we randomly get here. Something fun, something cool. Direct damage, that's not bad. I'm just going to use the metal detector, though. I kind of want to keep the rock just for in case for later. Okay, Puppet Theater. So we do have to be a little bit careful with that in Insidious. But to be fair, we could also use Bob to get it back from our opponent. I'm just going to use the rock here to get rid of it out of my hand. We can go hidden objects, see what we can grab. Ooh, a second counter spell wouldn't be bad, but I'm going to go for explosive runes. Oh, I miscounted the mana again. You don't know how many times in this deck I've miscounted how much mana I had by one. Decks where we're using coins make me forget how much mana I have without like doing it in a certain order. And a lot of the times in other decks I can get away with doing things out of order, but with this deck in particular, because you're generating so many coins, I need to make sure I attack things in the right order so we can actually use the coins. Okay, so Mes'Adune is really, really funny. I don't know if it's useful this turn. We're going to use Frostbolt here, and then we can use Mes'Adune, keep the chain going. I'm sure we're burning a card, but that's fine. Insidious is such a nice top deck there. All right, so we can get use out of the Insidious combo. That's a line that I really wanted. I will say this, I've played about 20-ish games so far, and I still sadly haven't got like Insidious into Overflow Surgers. Like that's the other pipe dream. We got really lucky with the very first game in this video, so I'm not like too worried about it. Pretty sure I'll put that one as the first. It was also, ironically enough, the very first game that we actually played with the deck. So okay, let's just freeze their face, I guess. I don't know why not. Ooh, okay. Oh, they were trying to destroy their own minion. Okay, you do you? Sure. We're going to grab the freeze here, because why not? Why not get 3 Insidiouses out on the board? It's perfectly under mind control tag, because knowing my luck versus that card, we were face that card, and I would rage. Let's grab the additional spell damage just in case. We will destroy this minion. At least they'd have to attack with both minions instead of one minion into it, which should protect them or us from taking the damage to our face. They are going to make a copy of it, which is a little bit annoying. Oh, you know what? That's even more annoying. Okay. Wait, though ours are at 4 damage a pop, right? So if Insidious lives and we top deck Bob, we should be in a good position, right? And we're not going to top deck Bob. We're going to instantly top deck into one of the eruptions, right? Yep, of course. Because why wouldn't we? All right, how do we get rid of this board? Like, it's not too much of a worry, but you never know. They could randomly generate a really good card that would buff up the board somehow, some way. So we might be able to destroy the entire thing if we try hard enough here. Oh, right. This doesn't increase this by 2. It only increases it by 1. That's my bad. Okay, we can use metal detector, coin, into wisdom? We can't use it this turn, but, you know, we did prevent... Oh, no, we can, actually. Perfect! You know, I was looking for a way to clear out the board, and we got it. We just need to draw into 4 more, and then we should, well, technically 5 more if they destroy our minion. Okay. Come on. I'm trying to think of, like, what... Oh, cash cow. Why didn't you just choose that instantly? Of course they have the silence. Wait, is this Dungar Priest? Is that what we're facing against? Interesting. Okay, there's... Oh, don't mind if I... Oh, we can't use this here. Let's forge this, I guess. Probably should get rid of a minion. I know we're giving them 3 coins. Hopefully it doesn't backfire, right? Okay. Purchase isn't bad. I know we can't use it this turn. That's a card that I keep forgetting exists. Oh, there was someone who wanted me to try to use... What's the... Like, 2-drop from Festival of Legends that gains +1/+1 for every minion that has died on that turn? Snakebite, I think? There was a request for someone... Or that wanted to see a deck center around that. So this is interesting. So it's Thunderbringer. Could be Dungar. Could also be Highlander. It doesn't really matter. If it's Highlander, they've already used one of... Or their elemental, right? I'm just going to say that's not a real minion. And if it is, we have Dubious Perch. Oh, they have a dragon still. Okay. That also reminds me, we need to do something with good old... Wait a second. Did we just win? Well, you know... I think this should be game. I need to do something with Therazane before she rotates out too. And bam. Okay, temporary game against Rogue. I almost said Daredevil. That would have been weird. I will say this. I have faced... This is going to sound weird, and I'm curious if this person is going to follow suit. I have faced actually a lot of Wishing Well Rogue, which is interesting to me, because technically it didn't get any new support, but, like, it is a fan favorite. Man, I will say... Okay, Blizzard. This is going to sound bizarre. However, what if... Hear me out. We keep Wishing Well in standard rotation for in exchange of preparation. Huh? Maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to think of some ways to, like, spice up Rogue's core set, right? I know technically that doesn't really spice it up because it's a card that's supposed to be rotating, but, like, come on, Wishing Well's fun. It's gimmicky. It's Thief Roguish, you know? It's like the best Thief Rogue card we've got in like 2 years, you know? Because they're afraid it'll break something in Wild, and it turns out, yes, a lot of the time it does. Okay, we're probably going to go Supernova here. But yeah, if I was in charge of the core set for next year, or this new rotation, I would probably... Because I know a lot of people are complaining about Shadow Step, but I like Shadow Step as a mechanic, the bounce mechanic for Rogue, because I think it's a really neat mechanic, right? What I would do is you put Breakdance instead of Shadow Step. That gets rid of the mana cheat, which solves a lot of issues that a lot of people are having with Shadow Step. And then, like, Preparation, I don't know. You will have to redesign, like, all Rogue cards from that point forward to be much cheaper if you rotate out Preparation, because a lot of Rogue spells are bounced around the fact that they have access to Preparation. But I think Wishing Well would be just a fun little mechanic that you could add in. It's not like the most competitive, but it is very Hearthstone, right? Speaking of Wishing Well. And it's a fan favorite. It's a deck that I want to get to again before it rotates. I just need to remember about it, to be fair. I think the next rogue list that we're going to probably do, if we get to it before the mini set, I should say, is Starship using Blingatron as the win condition with Exodar, because I think that would be really funny. I mean, you probably don't need the Blingtron, but it would be funny to do it like that, right? Okay, perfect. It isn't Highlander. I do want to do some a Highlander list. I want to do at least Highlander Demon Hunter before it rotates. Actually, that might be the next video. Thinking about it, that actually legitimately might just be the next video. Because I really love Kurtrus. I've always loved the card. It just hasn't had enough support to build around. Or maybe, wait, was that this game or was that last game? Oh no, that was last game. We got expendable performers, and maybe we'll do like a snake bite demon hunter list, which sounds bad, but I think we could probably get away with it. Because demon hunter has a lot of ways to generate a lot of minions really, really quickly. I don't know. Maybe that would be fun. There's a lot of possibilities we could do with some classes not so much. Paladin, I'm still scratching my head. If you have a fun, interesting Paladin list, let me know down below, because boy have I tried to come up with new Paladin lists using new cards, and every time I'm just like, I am so bored of this. Which is funny because like Librams technically are different than hand buff Paladin, but it feels exactly the same. I definitely do want to do something with Horn of the Windlord before it rotates. I don't know if that'll be in Paladin. It probably won't be, because that's what people are kind of expecting to do it in Paladin. There has to be something that we can do with the card in Shaman instead, right? Actually, someone was in my Twitch chat. I'll give you a hint of like when I'm recording this. Earlier today, aka Saturday, where they posted their a deck that looked really, really fun. I probably could put it together. I think I still remember what it looks like. But again, it's another Shaman list. Shaman this set has been absolutely insane for me when it comes to creativity. There's so many lists that I want to get to. I just don't know when I'm going to get to them is the main problem, right? And actually, I will say this, looking at like what classes are divided where in the mini sets, or in this next coming up mini set, I would almost want to bet you will be getting some type of like hero buffing card in the Shaman, Warrior, Paladin grouping. I would almost want to bet we're going to get something. So that I'll probably save that one for later. Anyways, back to this game. We might be able to get game here or get pretty close to game. Can destroy the one Velrock. Too bad Rogue doesn't have a way to generate a bunch of tokens on board. I say this and I'm trying to... There might be a way to do it now. Because you could do like a Call for Arrow list where you gear shift into Velrock, and then maybe that would be fun. There again, I don't know. Rising Waves. This does clear out the board. Sadly gets rid of Velrock, but you should be fine. We can use Heat Wave. Doesn't end the game. This should only draw Flame Geyser. Yeah. Alright, if they don't heal for too much, we win next turn. If they heal for a decent amount, we win in the following turn. Okay, there's... oh. That's going to be annoying for us to deal with. I think we look for a freeze. The question is, do we freeze their minion or just go face? I think we go face just because we're so close of getting them out of the game. We can get something Demonic Deal wouldn't be bad for next turn, but it isn't good for this turn just because it has a Divine Shield. Oh, actually perfect. That worked a lot better than I expected it would. Okay, maybe not. Oh, Surger. I can't remember. Did we play down Saruun this turn or game? Well, this does clear the board. Spontaneous is funny, but magic could clear. A magic, well, yeah. Let's go with the heat wave. Bop bop bop. Might as well see what we can grab. Is another. Okay, so we did break the chain, which kind of sucks, but that is what it is. Sometimes you gotta do that. Okay, Liberal of Justice. Mathematically, we should still have it as long as they don't heal for a bajillion. Maybe not this turn. Probably next turn afterwards. Because I think we use Sunset Volley. They still have tests in hand. I'm hoping this gives me a big taunt. Oh, you know, that is a decent sized taunt. Too bad it doesn't count for Overflow Surger. You know, this is going to sound weird, but I think actually maybe we don't want to do that. I was going to say you could fix elementals by replacing the word played with summoned. And then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a second. There's a lot of cards that generate elemental tokens and probably have to get changed if you did that. So maybe we don't do that. Okay, they're at. Oh, I'm just there was a way to BM this, but like we're just going to finish them off. I'm just yeah, not going to risk it. Supernova could have went Supernova, but knowing my luck, it wouldn't have. All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, did this deck end up holding up to the expectations that I had? Not really. However, I did manage to get that very first game in this video in the very first game of testing the deck, which is why I still wanted to highlight it, because that was always the pipe dream game where we got a double Saruun play in Overflow Surger combo to OTK our opponent. Overall, this is probably not the best way to build Elemental Mage. It is fun if you're looking for something to hold you over until the mini set comes out, but if you're looking for something to win, maybe skip out on this one. You might have actually a little bit better luck if you replace the Supernova and Bob with Tsunami, but I kind of just wanted to keep it on theme with the fire spells. Now, like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.